Hello friends, this is Sabri here. Last week we saw about long call and short call. This week we see about long put. What is long put? For long call, what is the example I mentioned? We are going to a grocery store, buying a coupon. With that coupon, I can buy a pound of chicken for $10, right? That is long call. Here the coupon is options contract. Chicken is the underlying stock in our example, and $10 is the strike price, right? Today we are going to see about long put. We are going to buy put. Long put or buying put or all are one and the same. So different language or jargons we use in options trading. For long put, let me give you an example. For example, I have Camry car, Toyota Camry car. So I'm taking a insurance premium, going to pay monthly $200 to cover my Toyota Camry for the value of $25,000. Okay, anything. So a monthly premium, monthly I'm going to pay $200. My total coverage is $25,000 for Toyota Camry. So if in case my value of the car decreases, or if any accident happens, if the value comes down, my premium will cover it up, right? So just for our example sake or better understanding, we'll forget about the deductibles and other stuff. I'm having a Toyota Camry car. I'm taking an insurance premium for that car. The coverage is $25,000. Monthly I'm going to pay $200. This is our example. So how to buy a put? Just buy to open, and selling a put, sell to close. Buying a put, buy. If you relate it with our example, buy the insurance premium, insurance policy, sell the policy to close it. That's it. And what are our rights? Exercise the put to sell the equity at the strike price. I already explained about strike price. Let me explain again. Strike price, if we relate strike price to our car example, what is the coverage? In this example, I am taking a coverage for $25,000. So I can take coverage from $1,000 to $100,000. Nobody stops me, but normally people won't, because it doesn't make sense to take a coverage for $1,000, or it doesn't make sense to take a coverage for $100,000 where the value of the car is only $25,000. But there is no limitation. Anybody can, we have our own rights, freedom, right? So similarly, in car example, the different coverage option provided by the insurance company, like $1,000 coverage, $2,000 coverage, $20,000 coverage, $25,000 coverage, all these are strike prices in stock trading. Later I'll explain you with a real-time example. So what is my right here? Exercise the put to sell the equity at strike price. Exercise the put to sell the equity. Equity, what is equity in our example? Car. So I can sell the car for $25,000. If some accident happen, what is my right? I can sell the car, even if it is a complete scrap, I can sell the car for $25,000. That is my right number one. Right number two, resell the option to close it. Let us park it with this second point. May not exactly match with our example. I'll explain that in the further slides. Third, allow the option to expire. Monthly I'm paying a premium of $200 and nothing happens to my car. My car is safe and perfect. Then my option will expire. My policy will expire for that month. And what is my expectation here? Very bearish trend. I want my car price to go down. I want my stock price to go down. That is my expectation. When my car price deteriorates, or if some damage happens to my car, if the value of car comes down, if the value of my stocks comes down, that's what I expect here. And basic application, basically I buy to be profitable, I buy long put at the money or slightly out of the money. What is at the money? The price at which the stock is right now trading. For example, let us take in this example here. Right now, this is Apple stock option chain. Right now, Apple is trading at $317. So that is at the money, at the money strike. And for put option, what is our future expectation? It has to go down. So all the lesser price, like what is the future? I want my stock price to go to $315, $312.5, $310. All these are my future expected stock prices. So these are all the out of the money, and 320, 322, 325 were the past prices. Those were all the in the money strikes. So I repeat, the current strike at which stock is trading is the at the money strike, and all the past prices 320, 322.5, 325 are my in the money. All my future expected price will be out of the money. So for make good profit, we should buy either at the money strike or out of the money, little bit out of the money strike, slightly out of the money strike. And what should be our expiry, optimal expiry time? For 45 days, minimum 45 days. Time decay works against this trade. I given you the milk example, right? That's applicable. If you don't know about that, the milk example part, please refer my past videos. Time decay works against this trade. What is the type of the trade? This is a debit trade. And what is the risk and reward? Risk is whatever the policy premium I'm paying. For example, in our car example, I'm paying monthly $200. That $200 is the maximum risk. And the reward, the strike of the put minus debit paid. Like, what is my strike in our car example? $25,000 coverage is a strike. I took a insurance policy with coverage of $25,000. So if the value of the car comes down to 24,800, if it is less than 24,800, that is 25,000 the coverage minus $200 the premium I paid. So if the value comes down below 24,800, I'll make profit. If value comes down to 0, I'll make the maximum profit in this trade. If the value of the car comes to 0, I can claim the whole $25,000 from my insurance company. So what is the break even? Strike minus debit. What is the strike? Coverage, 25,000. What is the debit? Policy premium I paid, $200. So what is the break even? 25,000 minus 200, 24,800. What are the exit points? Primary exit. If I make 20% of profit, I'll come out of the trade. It's an optimal way of placing the trade, but individuals have their own choices, but this is what I suggest or recommend. What is secondary exit? Close the trade. If I make 50% loss, get out of the trade and adjust to a spread trade. We'll cover in the later video what is a spread trade. So here I have an example. This is Apple stock. So here I'm buying a put option for 315 strike with a premium of $7.60. what is the maximum reward I'm going to get if stock price, assume the Apple price is today $315. If it goes to $0, then that's the maximum reward. So 315 is the strike price minus the premium I paid, $7.60. So if Apple price comes down to $0, I'm going to get 307.40 per share because I have an insurance premium. I purchased a long put. And what is the maximum risk here? The maximum I'm going to lose will be $7.60. So here I purchased $7.60 I paid for one options contract. For one option. For every options contract there are 100 options in that. So I paid $760. So that is the maximum risk for me. So what is the primary exit? 20% return on investment. So if stock price goes below 315 or 310, 300, my premium, the value of premium will goes up $8, $9, something like that. So if I make 20% profit from this $7.60 is converted to $9.12, I'll come out of the trade. I'll close my long put. How to close the long put? You buy to open it, just simply sell it. That's it. What is the secondary exit? If there is 50% loss, when my premium amount $7.60 is now $3.80, then I'll come out of the trade. Right? Here is the risk profile. So I'll make profit. Right now this dotted line is the current trading price. Okay, so forget about the thick line, just focus on this thin line. If the stock price comes below $320, I'll make profit. See, you see all the green color, right? If the stock price comes below $320 or $315, I'll make profit. 315 minus 7.60, that is, if it is 7.60 is the premium I paid. So if it is below 307.4, because this is the break even, I'll make profit. So what is the advantages and limitations of long put? Assume Apple is right now trading at $315 per share. So if I do short sell Apple stock, if I sell 100 shares of Apple, I'm going to get 31,500. I expect Apple shares will go down, so I short sell and I make 31,500. But if instead of going down, if Apple shares goes up, then my risk will be 31,500 because that is the maximum I paid. What if the stock decreases in value by $5? Fantastic, that's what I expect. So stock from $315 through to $310, I'll make $5 profit. So what is the return on investment? 1.6%. So instead of short selling, I did purchased an put option. Purchasing a put option contract at $7.60 per share. So one option $7.60. For one option contract there are 100 options in that, so I need to pay $760. So assume the delta for that is 50 cents per share. What if the stock decreases in value by $5? So the option value increases by $10.10. Why? Right now it is $7.60. When $1, what is delta? If for delta for put option, if $1 decrease in my stock price, the value of my put option increases by 50 cents because 50 cents per share. If the stock value decreases by $2, value of my options will increase by $1. If the stock value decreases by $5, value of my put option will increases by $2.50. So $7.60 plus $2.50, it will be $10.10. So $2.50 divided by $7.60 multiplied by 100, that is my return on investment. I'll get 32% profit. Here I just get 1.6% return on investment. Here I get 32% return on investment. So that is the advantage of options and long put option. But what is the limitation here is I have time decay. Like if the stock price, if the Apple price is not moving, or if the Apple price goes against me, then I'm going to lose my money. Or even if the Apple price is not, if it isn't $315 at my expiration, still I'm not going to make any money because of the time decay. Like we are keeping a milk in our home, after without using it, what happened? The value of the milk will come down. It will decay, right? Similarly, same applies for options as well. For specifically for a long option, long put or long call, whatever it is, time decay is a significant factor which works against us. So these are the advantages and limitations. And one more limitation I see is the strike price, selecting the right strike price. We don't know which strike price to select. We don't know, for example, if we are taking an option for 45 days expiry, so we don't know what strike price. We don't know Apple will go for 320, 330 or 350 or 300. We don't know. So that's why we need to learn a little bit of technical analysis so that we can identify the right strike price and play around with our options contract. So the combination of technical analysis and options is a deadly combination. Everybody should thrive to learn technical analysis plus options. That way I publish videos both in technical analysis and in options. So this is all about long put. I'll come in my next video, I'll come up with short put option. I just learned all this knowledge from the bigger society, people around me. I'm just giving back to the society. Whatever the knowledge I have, I'm sharing with you people. To make further fine tune my videos, please provide your valuable feedback. That helps me to fine tune and improvise my future videos. Thank you people. Keep sharing it with your friends. Bye bye. Have a great day.